When it comes to men's heart health, it's not just about skipping the steak. It's about understanding the habits, stress, and lifestyle choices that really keep your heart strong. What's up, family, and welcome back to the Melanin Wellness Podcast. Today, we're talking about heart health for men. And no, it's not just about cutting the red meat. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for men, especially Black men. And it's about more than cholesterol. We're going to break down the real risks, the myths, and some natural ways to keep the heart strong. But before we dive in, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you to every man listening who is choosing to prioritize his health, not just for himself, but for his family, for his community, and for the generations coming after him. And thank you to the women who are here supporting the men in their lives, encouraging them to get the checkups, eat better, and move their bodies. It takes love and accountability to change the narrative on heart health. And I'm grateful that we get to have this conversation together. And if you love these conversations, don't forget that we now have the Melanin Wellness Podcast magazine, a space where we can go even deeper into wellness, fitness, beauty, skincare, all the things. Think of it as your wellness hub in digital, designed to support your journey beyond the mic. Now let's get into it. Let's start with some facts, because y'all know I love to have some facts going on over here. Heart disease kills 1 in 4 men in the United States. And Black men are 30% more likely to die from heart disease than their white counterparts. Risk factors include high blood pressure, stress, sedentary lifestyles, poor diets, and yes, even genetics play a role. But here's the thing. It's not all doom and gloom, even though those stats do sound pretty scary. Awareness and lifestyle changes make a huge difference. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So let's get into a couple of common myths and misconceptions. So common myth number 1 about heart health is that heart health is just about avoiding red meat. The fact is that while limiting processed meats helps, heart health is about the whole dietary pattern, such as the amount of fruits and veggies that you're taking in, the amount of healthy fats that you're getting, and your lean proteins. You're going to want to make sure that you are getting the correct portions for your daily nutritional diet intake. As long as you're getting those numbers, those are going to be a game changer in helping your heart health. Myth number 2, only older men need to worry. In fact, risk can start in your 20s and 30s. So early prevention is key. Blood pressure, cholesterol, and stress management matter at every single age. And myth number 3, heart disease is inevitable if it runs in your family. The fact is that genetics are a part of the story, but lifestyle choices can drastically reduce your risk. Now, we're going to get into a few natural ways now that we've dropped all of that on you. Let's get into some of the natural ways to boost your heart health. Number 1, nutrition. I know this sounds like I am beating a dead horse, and this whole thing is probably going to sound like, okay, we just keep hearing this. You keep hearing it because it is important and because these are the facts. So you want to focus on plant-forward meals, healthy fats like avocados and olive oils, lean proteins, and limit our processed foods. So in my household, I try to have a day during the week, which is our plant-based day. And the whole day, we just have nothing but plant-based foods. Okay. Number 2, exercise. So we're aiming for at least 150 minutes of moderate activity per week, such as walking, running, or strength training. Now, if you break that down, 150 minutes is roughly 30 minutes, 5 days per week. And it may not sound like a lot, but over time it builds up. Remember, I talk all the time about small steps. Strength training, some people are like, well, hey, I don't want to use the weights. I understand that weights can be hard on the joints. So that's why we have resistance bands or body weight strength training. Makes a difference, especially as we get older. That's why we have alternatives. Stress management is number 3. Chronic stress raises the blood pressure. It also increases the levels of cortisol, which is your stress hormone in your body, which often leads to weight gain, specifically around the waist. So some things we can do to try to manage our stress are meditation, journaling, or breath work. I talk about this all the time on this show when we talk about breath work and meditation. And some people get breath work, meditation, and mindfulness all wrapped up into one. And they're actually all very different things. Meditation is typically the practice of sitting still in silence for however long. Some people do 5 minutes, some people have done an hour or more before. Some people cannot do meditation because the process of sitting with your eyes closed is triggering for them. Journaling, obviously, is writing out with journal prompts different things to help you not only process your feelings and emotions, but also just get stuff off your chest. That's your space. Nobody else is going to read it. And it really does help to get it off. Breath work, I have talked about on the show, the Take 5 method and the 5-5-5 method. The 5-5-5 method is very similar to box breathing. You inhale for 5, hold for 5, release for 5. You do that repeatedly for however many rounds that you need to do it for so that you can disrupt that nervous system and those stress signals going to your brain. Mindfulness is the practice of taking in everything around you one by one. That's one of the reasons that the Take 5 method works so well. The Take 5 method consists of 5 things that you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can smell, 2 things you can feel, and 1 thing you can taste. When you do that, you are taking the time to notice things that you may not even pay attention to. So that is the difference between mindfulness, breath work, and meditation. All 3 are absolutely amazing tools for stress management. Number 4, sleep. Sleep is the rock star. It's the MVP. Less than 6 hours a night can increase your heart risk. I can't get less than 7 hours of sleep. If I get less than 7 hours of sleep, it is not going to be a good day for me or anyone else. Because my body is going to feel bad. It's going to feel sluggish. I'm going to have brain fog. I'm going to be irritable. So it is important to get that good quality sleep. Quality is the key word here because without it, you don't care about any of the things that I just mentioned. You don't care about stress management because you're going to be more easily agitated. You're not going to be worrying about your diet because your body is going to start to crave sugar, salt, things that are not good for your health. And those are going to be the things that you lean into because they're just going to make you feel better. And exercise is going to be completely off the table. Like ain't nobody trying to exercise when they feel tired, when they don't feel good, when they have low energy, and all of these things together create this beautiful cocktail for optimal health. So get that sleep. And this one gets left out a lot, but it's true. Regular checkups. So you're going to want to track your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your triglycerides, your glucose levels. Early detection is everything. You have to treat your checkups as though they are your body's oil change. We don't allow our cars to go without getting oil changes, right? Because you want your car to go from A to B to C to D to everywhere else it's got to go. Well, we can't not change the oil in our bodies either. I'm just saying. Just remember that small, consistent steps beat sporadic big changes because the sporadic big changes often lead to the quickest drop-offs. Heart health isn't just diet and exercise, guys. It's important to remember that it is mental and emotional as well. So your social connections, your purpose in life, and your community support all protect the heart as well. And so for men, especially Black men facing systemic stressors, emotional wellness is as critical as physical wellness. So make sure that you've got that strong support system. They're going to be very key in helping you in your overall health and your overall wellness. So family, protecting your heart is about knowledge, prevention, and balance, and also taking action. It's more than just red meat or risk. It is holistic wellness for the mind, body, and soul. So share this episode with a brother, a partner, a friend, anybody that you know needs to hear this. Subscribe for more wellness conversations, and remember that your heart health is non-negotiable because we need you here. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you're watching us over on YouTube. And don't forget to rate and subscribe us if you are listening to us on your favorite podcast platform. As always, there will be optional resources inside the show notes and the description box. And until next time, family, stay healthy.